And here we are, another episode of Space Coast Real Estate Show, taking place right here in the beautiful Space Coast Podcast Studios. Hey there, this is Jesse Hall, and with me, as always, is Michelle, the graceful, the beautiful. How are you, Michelle?
I'm doing great, Jesse. Thank you.
And John is absent. We're hoping he's okay.
He's daddy duties.
We'll still talk about Movement Mortgage, however, loanapplyapprove.com. Because I know he would like to hear that.
Yes. Sure.
We have a very exciting episode because we are talking about probably the, I guess, more talked about part of the county than really anywhere. I mean, nowhere else is winning all of these really cool awards and accolades and getting there as much recognition as Viera.
Yay! Yes,
Viera. Yeah. So what used to be ranch land and still has some farming aspects to it, has become one of the top 20, 25. I mean,
20. We are definitely in the top 20. We've moved up in rank over the years, but we are in the top 20.
There you go. So it's all about Viera this episode. Michelle, why don't you do the honors and let our guests and our audience know who we're speaking with today.
Yes, we have Eva in the house today.
Yay.
She's with Viera Company, and she's going to tell us all the ins and outs of what's here currently, a little bit of some updates of some new things that's just recently come into Viera, and then some great, exciting things that's coming to Viera.
Yeah. Well, I want to just pause and make sure everybody knows exactly what Eva's position is. Okay. We're not just talking about we're not talking to just anybody.
Just anybody. Well, let me help you out.
Yeah,
because
sure.
It's kind
tell
of
us a little bit about yourself.
My title is actually Vice President of Community Management and Communications. So under my jurisdiction, I have all of the amenities in Viera, so Duran, Addison Village Club, parks, things like that. I also have all the HOAs. I sit as the developer president of all of our developer-controlled HOAs. I'm the complaint department. So if you call the main phone number and have an inquiry or a concern, that comes to me as well.
Cool.
I also do community outreach, education programs, communications, so social media, press releases, things along those lines. So anything that's front-facing is pretty much in my area.
Nice.
Well, she is the one to know. Let's just put it that way. Yes.
Yes, that is true.
And she's the one that does know.
Exactly. But beyond her, there's only Todd, right? I mean,
I have one layer in between, Scott Miller, our Senior VP of Community Development and Sales.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we're up there. Yeah.
Excellent. And how do you like that position?
It's very exciting. No 2 days are exactly alike.
I bet.
It's just, especially with the pace at which Viera is growing right now and things are changing, you're never going to get bored. Let's put it that way.
So let's talk about the pace. Are you guys on track as to where, because being a master plan community, you must have like deadlines or thresholds as to where you imagine or where the planning has either gotten ahead of schedule or behind? Where would you say you are, and what do you think about the pace?
I would say we're on target. With a slowdown. Obviously, when the bubble, there was a slowdown and a much slower pace. But in the last few years, the pace has really increased, and our growth rate is about 3.4%, where originally it was probably projected to be around 2%.
Wow.
So in the last few years, it's really, really taken off.
So you're beating expectations.
Yes.
Wow.
I would say so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you take the credit for that.
I try to.
You better.
There are others involved, obviously.
Sure.
We are a great team that works together. We have, our commercial team. We have our land development team. There's just so many parts and pieces to it that help make that a reality.
Well, you have to admit, each of those aspects are working overtime through different phases. As one, land development, for instance, is taken care of. And then, of course, the building is taken care of. And then behind them, the marketing and the sales of either renting the space or selling the homes. So you have all these different phases, but they're always continuous.
Churning.
It's
always
not
churning.
just one. Okay, let's go from 1, 2, 3,
one and
then
done.
start over.
No, it's always churning.
Right.
And even some of the roads, especially in the southern part of Viera, we've actually
Right.
had to accelerate because sales have been so fast and
Right.
homes have been built so quickly
Right.
that we have had to accelerate some of those roadways in the southern part. So, yeah, things are moving quickly.
Well, we only have an hour, and there's so much to go over.
Well.
You want to start south or north?
Yeah, dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. Well, because I do have a map prepared, and so this is the north aspect.
Okay.
And of course, everybody's talking about Adelaide.
Yes.
Okay, let's learn a little bit more about that. I know you're not really into the builder segment, but being this is a real estate show,
That's not true. I'm the
Yeah.
president of the association in Adelaide.
Right.
So I know, I absolutely, I'm a part of that.
Right.
But our builders in there, you have Arthur Ruttenberg Homes, Christopher Burton, and Alon. And that is definitely one of our high-end communities, our multi-million-dollar homes. The little bit of a story behind Adelaide,
Right.
especially that larger lake, is the family used to actually picnic and swim and camp and really use that property as a family's recreational area. So that's a very special project to
Sure.
the family members. But we are very excited to have those builders in there, and even Adelaide is really moving at a nice click right now.
Yeah.
And then kind of the sister community of that, which is also Elon Builders, is Modern Duran by
Yeah.
the courthouse. Very, very modern architecture. Phil Keene is the architect who designed all the homes in there, right on the golf course. So in those areas north of in the north end, you do have some luxury homes to choose from.
Yeah, we have Summer Lakes, which is the I guess more mature.
It is.
The OG as
The,
some
the
people
OG,
refer-
the OG of luxury homes.
Yes, and what's great about Adelaide is because they are ultra custom. I don't think there's a home underneath like 3,000 square feet, is there?
I don't believe so.
So I mean, but
Yeah.
there's a threshold. Like you have to have a home.
They have to be
that's
certain sizes
a
in
certain
different
size.
areas. Yes.
And of course, they're highly customized. So there's no high turnaround. They're not just putting them up. I mean, it takes good 8 months to 12 months to a year and a half.
Yes.
Depending
More-
on the
more
customization.
More along the year and a half lines. It's-
So out of all those home sites, there's only maybe like 7 or 8 homes. I feel maybe more, maybe 10.
in Adelaide?
Yeah.
Oh no, quite a bit. We have lots that we have not even platted yet. So
Wow.
there's a whole phase at the
Right.
back of Adelaide that's not even platted, and those lots will be released in the not too distant future.
Gotcha.
But no, we still have a bit to go in Adelaide.
Yeah. Yeah. So what would you say? Maybe not even 5% of the
Oh
home
no,
sites?
no, I would say it's. Gosh, that's a good question. I would say we're not at 50% for sure.
Well, 50 would be a lot because every time I go out there, I feel like there's still lots of building that has yet to be done, and
Yes.
I see some pre slab, for instance, the plumbing and some of
Yes.
the other utilities going in, and so you could see that they're preparing the lots for a home, but it's still you're still seeing that the construction does take its time.
It does, especially up there, like you said, custom homes. It,
Right.
it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, so maybe a few years before that's built out 100%.
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Starting out as well in the north, just staying up there because, again, there's so much to talk about, guys. So please stay tuned.
Barrows West, yeah.
Barrows West, and this is going to be, as I come down, the
You just passed it.
95 in Viera.
Correct.
Okay, it's right here.
Yeah, right there. Mm-hmm.
So right in the center of the screen, looks like a big lake. Now, going back to Adelaide. How many acres lake is that?
127. You didn't think I would know that,
That's
did you?
huge. No, I just want to have that illustrated because that is the biggest body of water out there,
It's pretty big.
and they allow non-motorized vessels.
Correct. So you could paddleboard and again non-gas.
Non-gas powered.
Yeah.
So maybe like electric motors, but no
Yeah.
jet skis, nothing
No,
like that.
nope,
right.
nope.
But that is a big body of water.
That is.
All right, so going back to Viera Boulevard, again, the interchange, the diverging
Diamond interchange. yes.
Everybody was so just.
Scared.
I think they were very skeptical of it.
They were.
Do you think that everybody's adopted to it now?
I
and
don't. I
embraced
wouldn't
it?
say everybody, but I think most people, if you drive through it once,
Right.
you become less scared, and the more you do it, you do. So that was actually the second diverging diamond in the state of Florida. The first one being in Lakewood Ranch, where both Todd and I came from, actually.
So we're I'm sorry to interrupt,
That's
but being part of the complaint department,
Yes.
how many complaints regarding the diverging diamond and the roundabout on Wickham?
Oh my goodness.
Is it like 80% of it?
It's
the
a
calls?
lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it. But on the other hand, I use that opportunity to educate because there really is nothing wrong. Those intersections are the safest kind of intersections you can possibly have. You can get in an accident in the roundabout and survive, and that's the whole point. You eliminate the head-on and the T-bone accidents. That is why they exist. That is why the diverging diamond exists, where it takes the traffic to the other side of the road to eliminate that left-hand turn. So the whole point of them is safety. It's not to be different. It's safety, and they work.
And not for nothing, Viera Boulevard may have been the second in Florida, but they had a sister project down off of Miko Road.
Yes.
And that also has a divergent diamond.
Correct. We just opened before they did, but yes. But there are about 40 plus others being designed and built throughout the state of Florida because that is now the preferred interchange from the DOT.
I think it's easy, and especially when you're trying to exit onto the ramp, it's right there. You're going with the flow of traffic. It's the easiest thing. But I just had to bring that up. Happy because when you talk about Viera, like I don't like the roundabout. I'm like they didn't want to move that big glorious tree, so they went around the tree.
Actually,
that's what I tell them.
I know that's their urban legend. We actually moved the tree there to become an accent for the roundabout.
See that?
Yeah.
We're getting some trivia up
You
in
got
here.
some. I'll throw some at you.
So on that southwest corner, okay, we have another big body of water, and there's already a Chick-fil-A there.
There is,
and there's already the road that comes from the avenues,
Lake Andrew,
and now Lake Andrew connects to Viera Boulevard.
Correct.
My goodness, how efficient! That's the only way I get into the avenues now.
I
won't take Wickham.
Road.
It's just so easy to skip on there. We have a
It's very
Chick-fil-A.
different. And there's another roundabout there.
There is, and people. I mean, it's really the easiest thing.
It really is.
You don't see a whole lot until, like, for instance, for me, I went up to Boston and went towards the South Shore, and pretty much all the way past Plymouth, to Hyannisport, and all the way out to
rotary after rotary after rotary.
It's just one. I mean, so it's not like it's foreign. Like, it's been done in Europe. It's been done in the Northeast. So I think it's just, anything new, right? So getting away from that, let's talk about Burroughs West.
Yes.
What is that going to be? I've heard mixed.
So Burroughs West is a fairly large. It's about 115 acres, and it's a mixed use, largely commercial, retail, hotels. We'd really like to get a corporate relocation project going in there, restaurants. So I cannot disclose who we're talking to.
Oh.
But you guys are going to lose your minds when this deal comes in, I'm telling you. We'd like to see waterfront dining.
Yeah.
We're actually building a passive park with all along the lake, so a linear park with some really neat artistic features, aesthetic features to it that'll be very different than anywhere you've seen in Viera.
Maybe nice some lamps
Well,
around
we're
a path
looking-
or something.
We were looking for like Instagrammable moments.
Oh, fun.
So like there's this very tall swing feature,
Right,
for
okay.
people to do that. Just some neat little touches. We also are looking at, again, more hotels. We're looking at Ace Hardware is going to be the first retail store in that area. And that is getting underway. He's working on permitting, things along those lines. There's going to be a wine bar. The Venezia Wine Bar is also going to be up in Burroughs West. So some entertainment features up there. So again, it's just a hub. It's a commercial hub of mixed use, and it's just the perfect location there at the Viera Boulevard. And there's also going to be the same on the north end of Viera Boulevard, south of Sonoma. All of that's going to be also developed commercially there too.
And that's also going to be known as Burroughs West?
No, it's not technically Burroughs West, but it's going to be obviously kind of connected there.
Right.
So yeah.
When you say commercial, are we expecting retail as well, or just restaurants
Both.
and hotels?
So again, Ace Hardware is retail.
Right.
That'll be there. Restaurants, you do know the Chick-fil-A is already there, and we are in, again, conversations with a couple of other restaurants that are going to be going in there as well.
Gotcha.
We really liked the idea of the waterfront dining and kind of concentrating on that in that area.
I would like to see the hotel kind of lobby You know, as for instance, you know, in Miami Beach, you go through the lobby, and it's, you know, big grand entrance, and then you just keep going through, and then it goes out to the beach. So it goes from the street to the beach. I almost would like to see something like that, where it's just a really nice big pass through kind of lobby where you could see the water feature as you're standing at the front desk. You stare.
We'll have to put you on the design team.
Well, I mean,
I think the other, when you said the grand entrance too, the other thing is that Barrows West is going to be very distinctive.
Oh.
We have a very large entry feature off of Lake Andrew as you turn south from Viera Boulevard. You're going to know you're in Barrows West. It's a nice big urban style sign.
Cool.
So very, very interesting.
When can we expect that to be finished?
We're in permitting for that right now.
Okay.
So we're working on it.
Maybe 3 years before the hotel, and maybe a year before Ace Hardware.
You know, things don't move quickly in the development world.
I know.
The Ace
Permitting
Hardware,
world.
the Ace Hardware, the transaction's taken place, so
Right.
the owner owns the land.
Okay.
They've already gone through the design process, and we
Okay.
have approved their design.
Okay.
So
Listen,
we're moving.
I'm loving what I'm hearing so far, and certainly those two sides, the west side of Viera Boulevard, absolutely, you know, just so much potential.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
just
so much potential. Especially the interchange is going to open up that area to so much. But just as a point of just comparison,
right.
the Costco deal took about 5 years, almost 6 years.
You're skipping ahead.
I know.
to
I'm
this-
just a point of comparison.
I'm kidding.
You know, it takes a long from
Yeah.
starting those negotiations until the finished product.
Sure.
You are talking years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe 26.
Oh, but I would think before then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, we were praising how quickly you guys were going, and, you know, and turning and burning, you know, but I guess that's through the planned home neighborhoods, and
Yes.
not really the commercial. And
Yeah, we tend
high
to
development.
sell our property to the commercial developers, and then
Right.
they're on their own timeline.
That makes sense. Okay. Following down the map, we're going to see that, again, the avenues, of course, are continuing to thrive. More and more fun restaurants. We have the walk-ons now. And
Shout out to Walk-Ons, man.
That's
They're
right.
a great new restaurant.
but across from the avenues is that town center.
Viera Town Center.
Viera Town Center. Now, the Burroughs West is not going to be the entertainment destination, but
It will
Viera
have
Town
entertainment.
Center.
It will have entertainment, but
Right.
it's not going to be our focal point for the entertainment district or entertainment section.
Well, see, an entertainment district. Now, these are exciting words. You know, because when somebody thinks, I mean, okay, when I think of an entertainment district, the movie theater,
Sure.
maybe an arcade,
Sure.
maybe the ice cream shop, you know, and it's just fully like immersive. It's like a one stop. Everybody in the family has something to do. You know, maybe dad or grandpa can enjoy, you know, the cigar bar. You know, maybe the ladies, you know,
Yes.
the wine bar, and it's just one big destination. Growing up in South Florida, we had a couple of these, and it was just one complex with all the restaurants and dining and movie theater, all the fun entertainment options that you could imagine. And I'm like, you know, whoever comes up with this in Brevard County, because we have like the downtown areas,
Yes.
but they're still divided between commercial, retail,
They
and
are.
then dining. You know, so it's not like one big.
And I would say there probably
Complex.
will continue to be because, you know,
Yeah.
we have hubs. We have Barrows West, we have Viera Town Center, we have Addison Village Center, we have the Pineda Interchange District. So
Right.
we have these regional hubs, and they will all have those aspects to them.
Okay.
But Viera Town Center is where we are investing our time and energy in
Right.
entertainment. And I'm proud to announce that we are, so Luna right now is using that park area as a staging, and as soon as the construction of Luna is completed, we'll be able to start on this park. We've already hired the architect, and if anyone's familiar with Celebration Park in Naples, Florida, we've hired that same architect to help us design this particular entertainment center. And what this includes, we also hired an architect, Dix Height, to look at the park side of things, and the architect to look at the actual structure side of things. So what Dix Height has come up with is a design for the bandstand, the
Amphitheater.
amphitheater. I mean, amphitheater implies the semicircle. You know,
Right.
it's not that. It's more like a area where the band is going to be playing, and restrooms and things like
It's
that.
like a little band shell
Like a
thing.
yeah, not a shell, but building.
Sure. Okay.
Stage.
Pavilion.
Let me try stage. Outdoor stage. Outdoor
Covered
stage area.
stage.
Right. And then we're going to have a very large open lawn that's going to have large shade structures across partial of it. So partially shaded, partially not. So where people can sit on the lawn, bring their lawn chairs and listen to, music on a Sunday afternoon, do special concert nights, comedy nights. Even on the lawn, you can art shows and art installations and things like that. So we're really looking forward to that. But married to that, next door will be our drum roll. It is a food truck park and entertainment pavilion.
Nice.
So basically, it's going to have a U-shaped of leased spots for food trucks. And they'll have their, all the connections they need to, electric, water, etc.
Right.
We'll lease the space to them, and it's going to be in a big U. And then adjacent to that, overlooking the water, you're talking about an outdoor entertainment area, covered roof, but outdoor, a bar area, things where you can get things to drink. And again, watch the entertainment and, get something to eat. Go sit on the lawn, just very outdoor, but engaged.
Is that going to be like a concession stand, an outside?
Yes.
Person can get in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
So that's fun. So you're gonna have rotating.
Well,
food
that's
trucks,
up to the food truck. I mean, you get a good food truck in there. They can stay as long as they want. They just have to lease it.
Is it lease month to month?
It depends. We would negotiate with them how long they want. I mean,
Oh.
we would love to get a really good food truck in there just to say, hey, we want to stay in here forever.
Yeah, of course.
Sign a long-term lease. That's fine.
Right.
We'll continue to.
Well, especially incentivize them with a lower lease rate versus the short-term guys.
Yeah.
All fun.
That sounds cool.
It sounds really cool. Live
Like
music.
There'll be like picnic tables and things like that for them to eat
Exactly.
and sit down.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's if you want to Google kind of what it's like, just Google that Celebration Park in Naples. And again, we're going to have more space than they have
Sure.
to expand this a little bit, but that is going to be our entertainment destination for Viera.
Nice.
That's cool. All right. Well,
Love good food trucks.
I'm saying, and is this breaking news?
It is kind of breaking news. I mean, we've
All
really
right.
only mentioned it in a couple other. This is definitely the first on-air mention. How's
There
that?
you go. You heard it
Whoa.
here first. We got more exclusives coming up. But in the meantime, I think we're just going to take a short break since it's already been 24 minutes, ladies. Can you believe it?
What the heck?
I know. Time's flying by. And just real quick, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these very short messages.
You're listening to Space Coast Podcast, home of the greatest podcasts on the Space Coast. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor or having your own show, email us at spacecoastpodcast@hotmail.com.
Space Coast Podcast.
Talk hard!
Are you in the market for a new home? Perhaps you need to sell your old home and downsize or relocate. Hey there, my name is Jesse Hall with eXp Realty, and I offer professional real estate services right here on the Space Coast. Give me a call, 321-877-8737 for all of your real estate needs. Again, 321-877-8737 for all of your real estate needs. Buy, sell, invest with the best. Find out more at 321-buysellinvest.com.
All right, we're returning. As promised, we keep it real short around here. So much to go over still. So this is, again, Viera continued. Of course, Michelle in the studio, Eva joining us, and we have there's so much more to go. So let's talk about maybe the Stadium Parkway extension.
Okay.
That's going to connect more of the north side of Viera.
Yes.
Of course, we're talking the west side, Viera West, but the north portion, working our way down south, because, again, we have so much more happening and so much more to share. Stadium Parkway right now expires where?
Right about Viera Elementary. The road closed signs are right after their driveway.
Gotcha. And then it's going to continue all the way past
Pineda,
Yep. And then that's going to
wrap around those neighborhoods, and then head toward the interstate, way down. There you go.
Yep.
And eventually, when the county activates this project, it
Right.
will connect with Washingtonia.
Very cool. Okay. So Stadium Parkway, let's talk about another shopping center.
Sure.
What's going on there?
So Addison Village
Mhm.
Center, which is on the east side of Stadium Parkway, kind of across the street from Lauren Cove, just north of Reeling Park, but off of Stadium Parkway. That is the Addison Village Center, and that's going to be a small, dense retail area, anchored by, drumroll again, Publix. So all of those communities will have access to a new grocery store there, and it's really kind of interesting. We've already approved their design, and it's kind of retro, like the Publix you remember going to, with your parents at the 70s. It's got retro colors, retro design.
really?
Really interesting. Yeah, I really enjoyed reviewing those plans. So that will anchor. There'll be out parcels. There'll be some other, retail and restaurants, et cetera, in that area. But that will be kind of right in the center of Addison Village.
And I'll tell you what, judging by the map and seeing all of Bridgewater, of course, as they build out Sendero
and Sierra.
Sierra, they have Avalonia.
Avalonia just got started.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And Arapica.
Arapica is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore Arapica. We have taken a completely new development route with Arapica, where we want it to be just kind of natural Florida feel to it. Most of our concentration is on preserving the trees, preserving the wetlands, preserving the natural areas. When you submit your home site plan to us, you actually have to submit a tree plan as well, and show how you're going to save the trees on the lot. So the houses are designed around the trees. Natural swales for stormwater drainage. Even the clubhouse is going to have like a fish camp, hunt camp feel to it.
Fun.
Very natural Florida.
Wow.
Arapica will be third-party builders in Arapica. We have Joelle Homes, we have Stanley Homes, Lifestyle, and you'll hear it first here on this show as well. The newest builder in our portfolio is CDS Builders.
CDS Builders.
Now, previously it was Sims Builders, where the two Sims brothers had Sims, but they have split, and CDS is the new company.
Gotcha.
And so Chris Sims is the leader of that company, and they will be getting their feet wet in the new Viera area. Obviously, they built homes way back when, but they will be the fourth builder in Arapica.
Well, Joyal,
yes,
known for their very exquisite designs. I'm a big fan.
Big fan. I am too.
I mean, just amazing. Not to take away anything from Stanley.
Or
Also
Lifestyle.
quality. Or
Yes.
Lifestyle is known for having some very sustainable building.
Exactly.
And being solar prepared and doing so many other things. Wow. And how many different models do you think or is each home going to be unique and different?
I think they will be very, very different. This is a custom community.
Right.
So we're not putting limits or minimums on sizes. We're not putting limits on styles.
Gotcha.
Because, again, when you have a lot with a lot of trees, you might have an L-shaped home, or you might have
Gotcha, right.
a home with a mother-in-law apartment in the back in another area, or you might have to shift it slightly one way or the other. This isn't a clear lot that you're starting from. There are some lots with less trees, but most of them have again, we're trying to keep this as natural as we possibly can.
How would you say is the minimum size of the lot size?
They are like you would see in Valencia or Seville. They're very similar. You have some larger corner lots, and where the curves and where the cul-de-sacs are, there are some larger ones.
Yeah, the pie-shaped.
Yeah, I think the largest lot that I saw in there was about half an acre.
Nice.
Half an acre. Now that makes sense. You could put a nice custom home
Can I
and
pull
still
that lot?
yeah, right. And you're not
And you're on preserves. It looks like
Exactly.
a lot of them too,
A lot
which
of
is really
wetlands,
nice.
a lot of preserves, and we're actually going to have some walking trails through there, and some, some really chances to engage like little pocket parks in the natural areas. It's really going to be a amazing community. I'm really
I feel like
excited.
that. It's going to be like
gated
kind of
as
like
well.
rustic.
Okay.
And
Very rustic.
and
very
it's got
rustic.
its own clubhouse that looks like a fish camp. Everything I'm hearing right now
I
is
think
very
I want to
exciting.
move back to Viera.
I love Arapica. I would
Yeah.
love to live there.
Awesome. So all kinds of nice products.
What do you think the price point's going to start at?
It's going to be, again, very similar to Valencia or Seville. So you're starting probably in the $700 to $800 range.
Yeah.
But of course, as much as you want to customize it, you're going to go up from there.
Correct.
Sure. And then, of course, Pulte.
Yes.
You guys just brokered a deal, or
we
what's
just
that
broke
arrangement?
ground. They just had their groundbreaking last Thursday. So we were just talking about stadium extending
Right.
past Pineda. So if you go past Pineda just a little bit past the 2 Mile Canal, which
Right.
is
that
right,
blue line kind of in the center. Yeah.
right. So just to the west of that Stadium Parkway, that's all Pulte in there. That the whole section south of 2 Mile and to the west of Stadium.
What kind of product are they putting in?
A Del Webb at Viera, and they are nationally known for their Del Webb product. Just
Yeah.
the most.
Everybody perked up when this news broke. by the
Oh,
way.
trust me,
Yeah.
I know this. They have exquisite 55 and older community with amazing amenities. I mean, people are going to be lining up to talk to Pulte about these homes.
Del Webb.
Del Webb at Viera.
Coming to Viera.
They broke ground on Thursday, and we are so excited to have them, enter this market with the Del Webb product.
I'm so thrilled. Pulte, I have sold those before in other projects around Florida, and every buyer has been so happy. They love the service. They
Sure.
love everything that they get from them, and the quality. For being such a big brand,
Right.
They really
National
put out a
home
good
builder,
product. Yeah.
yes. So quality and customer service.
Right.
They are known for their customer service. They're known for the product. They're known for their amenities and their lifestyle offerings as well. They come in, and when they build that clubhouse, they hire a lifestyle person. They start with their programming. They really engage their residents. They really do. So we're excited.
No, listen. We're all excited, and it's such a thrill to actually hear all of this news on the show. And although we're only an hour, we're hoping we could get through it all.
You might have to have me back again, Jesse.
No, very, very much so. We'll have to follow up. Michelle, you have any further questions?
Not yet.
Okay,
Just
well, we're going to go to break because I still have plenty to talk about.
All right.
So we're just, kind of just going through, marking all these topics off. When we return, we're going to talk about not only what happens during the holidays in Viera, but we're also going to be talking about one of the highly anticipated grand openings, and I think Viera history. I really think that. So don't go anywhere. We'll return right after this.
Hi, my name is John Maselli with Movement Mortgage, Beachside, Indy Atlantic. Movement Mortgage is a faith-based organization, and our mission statement is as follows. We exist to love and value people by leading a movement of change in industries, corporate culture, and communities. To me, this mirrors my own business philosophy. My goal is to help people finance purchases or refinance current properties stress-free and at great terms. Help people, and everything else follows. By the way, if you have equity tied up in your house, the only way to get it out is to refinance. Pull that equity out and pay off high-interest debt or build a pool. My office is at 225 Fifth Ave, Suite 4, Indy Atlantic. Call me anytime at 321-248-6245 or visit my website, loanapply.approved.com for more information or apply to qualify for a mortgage today.
Hi, Michelle Carpenter with Inspiring Home Staging and Redesign. We are Brevard County's premier home staging team, founded in 2013. You may ask, why stage your home or listing in a seller's market? Well, let me tell you, staged homes not only sell for 86% faster, but for 17% higher price. We have services for vacant, occupied, and luxury home staging. The definition of home staging is the professional service of preparing homes for sale in a way to appeal to potential buyers that generates a higher sale price. Our mission is faith, family, and community. Your home is your biggest investment, so stage yours today to get a higher price. Contact the team that inspires at 321-806-6543.
And we're back. All right, this segment, very exciting stuff, by the way.
Oh. Well, I'm an exciting guest.
Yes, you are. Once again, thank you so much, Eva of the Viera Company, coming to share all of this knowledge with us. We've already had a couple breaking news type releases here, and you know, and we love that. We love to be able to share our audience with things that haven't been either discovered or publicly known.
Right.
So this is excellent. We love to help with any of your press releases, and certainly I feel like we've accomplished that
Absolutely.
a couple of times today.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
like, you know, we're on a roll. So the C word.
The C word.
Costco
Yay,
is coming to town. Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas. Hey, I went out and got a new member. You know, they have a temporary membership shop
Yes.
set up in front of Walmart there right off of Wickham. And I went in myself, and because I have never stepped foot in a Costco. Never.
What?
I've never had one accessible to me.
Wow.
So,
I think I went to the one in Orlando with a friend.
Okay.
One time.
yeah. So
been a
I
while.
haven't. I have
Yeah.
not. So I'm so excited. I got a membership, and I'm going to be ready to go. As I was telling you previously, I mean, this deal has actually been in the works since longer than I've worked for the Viera Company.
Wow.
You know, it does take a long time to get to this point.
Sure.
And as we were talking about on the break, they were scheduled to open in November, but they have had to push that back. They've had some little setbacks with the project. So December 9th is now the opening date. So get those membership cards ready in time for Christmas.
And your patience to stand in line to get in.
I know, right?
I'm sure it's going to be a madhouse for the first
Oh,
couple
yeah.
weeks.
Yes.
Because
Well, it's Christmas being the holiday. And
That's even worse.
And
Yeah.
not for nothing, if you have gone to a Costco, then you've been wanting one. If you haven't been to Costco, you've just been just as
you
curious.
didn't know you wanted
so,
one.
So whether you've been to one or not, you just want to get in there so bad.
Right.
But the chatter has been so supportive and
Yeah.
so incredible. And not just in Viera, throughout all of Brevard
Brevard
County,
County,
and all the
right.
surrounding areas. The
Yeah.
chatter has been really positive.
Yeah. No, I think everybody's just so thrilled with
Yeah.
it. You know,
And just think about, I mean, you've seen where it is down there in the Pineda Interchange District. Just think about what that's going to spawn. And already our poor Scott Miller, our community development guy there, our
Right.
commercial and residential sales, they are so busy just fielding phone calls from people who are interested in setting up shop in
I have a
Viera.
request.
I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
I just thought of this. An outlet mall.
Is that?
I don't.
No, like a nice outlet mall,
Well,
like
here's
they
the
have
problem with
in
that.
Viera. I mean,
Well, that's just
Viera
it.
Viera
We're
Beach.
sandwiched between Vero and Daytona.
That's true.
I
but
don't think that you would have a branded outlet mall that would be interested
That's
in
true.
something.
We are
that
too close to some of those.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I'll just take
Sorry
a
to
trip
mix
to
that.
Daytona. My husband won't mind.
But we do have, so just north of Pineda, in our Pineda Interchange District, we are planning some really exciting things up in there.
Yeah.
One of them, so that is, again, going to be kind of like Barrows West. There's going to be retail. There's going to be hotel. There's going to be multifamily. There's going to be restaurants and all sorts of different things in there. But woven throughout that whole area, we are actually building a really cool trail system.
Oh.
So you can park up at the north end, walk the trails, head down to the south end, grab a beer or burger or something like that, and then walk back to your car. There's the tunnel under Pineda will get you to Costco if you want to do that. So we're really building this very intricate trail system, and there's also going to be a very large park that we are currently designing, which will be 100% ADA accessible and special needs designed for that particular population. and we're really hoping to have that be a very new and different piece to the Viera activity and recreational offerings. So that'll be up in that area as well.
Gotcha.
So really that whole Pineda Interchange District it's going to explode, and Costco really is the seed for that. Obviously, once that arrives, everybody wants to be near Costco.
Well, I think you were there when we had those that introduction with the people at Costco.
Yes.
And they reminded us that this is the bigger
Bigger,
of all
the-
the Costco versions.
157,000 square feet.
Wow.
Guys, I mean, you could take off in a plane in that size.
Yeah.
Like you could. Anyway, it's just going to be absolutely the anchor. I mean, no matter what comes around there,
Right.
it's going to succeed because
Absolutely.
you're going to have 400 to 500 people like every hour pulling up and out of this shopping district, and no matter where you are around there, plus, of course, all these beautiful neighborhoods are popping
Yes.
up. So, of course, you guys are probably getting inundated by all kinds of people who want to just set up shop. I mean, I don't care if it's as small as a food truck, or even like 1,100 square foot, like a little retail.
Yeah.
You're probably going to do really well if you're in that part of Viera because, well, let's be honest, to go all the way back up towards the avenues, maybe won't be so convenient when you have, now the Publix down there.
You'll have options down
in
in
the south portion, right? So it's going to be its own kind of park,
It will.
So
Well, and it actually, in addition to the inclusive park that I was mentioning on the north side of Pineda, on the south side, on the south side of Costco, there's going to be another large regional park there as well, very similar to the Viera Regional Park up in north of Wickham. So you're going to have recreational opportunities. You're going to have sports and athletic opportunities. You're going to have shopping opportunities. Just everything. Everything's going to be down there. It's really, really exciting to be in Viera at this time and to see what the future holds and can bring.
Well, every time I look at these maps,
They just keep growing.
They change.
Well-
every
Change.
time.
They keep growing.
We add more.
yeah, because you do see just that kind of like pastel green. I don't know, it's hard to, that lime, whatever. And
That's all going to grow.
and it's gonna have these like little finger like looking cropping ups of like a Aripika, where now you see like the individual home sites, you see the roads, and that was just a pastel green looking segment not too long ago. So as these maps continue to develop, you can see that the availability is shrinking, whereas this was all just big one lime green blob, and now it's like
It fills
the
in.
things are coming together.
We get to color them in with our coloring pencils.
And
What's not on
such a
this
thrill.
map is everything that's west of Powerline Road. So everything's west, that is west of what this map shows,
Right.
is still future development as well. So, there's also a lot of conservation land out there. The Viera Wilderness Park is there, buffering the development from the River Lakes Conservation Area. But there will be one village west of Powerline Road. 20 years out, but it'll be there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all happening. Man, what an exciting times. I mean, this is really something I've been wanting to get to our audience for a while, because not for nothing, every year it changes. It seems like if we're not talking every year, we've missed so much. And and I haven't had anybody talk Viera since the Viera Boulevard was connected to 95.
Oh my goodness, that's been a bit.
I know. But I was going to do this whole thing because Viera Boulevard was one of 3 interchanges in this county, which hasn't happened in at least 25 years since I've been here. Like, we've always had the same amount of interchanges, and then in a matter of 18 months, we
got
get
2
3 more.
Yeah. So there's 5 total that you can access Viera with, which is highly unusual in Brevard County.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
So
definitely
to the north, you have Fisk,
Uh-huh.
where you could access there, and that's probably the easiest way for Summer Lakes and Adelaide
The northern
residents.
end.
And then, of course, Pineda, it stopped just on the west side
Right.
of 95, and now we're watching this extend all the way through to the Stadium Parkway, and it looks like it's going from again 95 and all the way past Stadium Parkway, and wrapping around to the west. I mean, it really.
Yeah. And
really looks like
actually,
fun.
it will continue to the west just a smidge.
Ah.
It's going to kind of snake through Village 3 and end up merging with Viera Boulevard. So Pineda will wake its way around and come up to Viera Boulevard.
Because right now, Viera Boulevard stops at the wetlands. So that
It stops at the ranch.
the
Yeah.
ranch, okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's in to see that all come together,
Mm-hmm.
where now you have outlets. Because for the longest time, there was Wickham
Yes, that's it.
and Fisk, but
Mostly just
but
Wickham.
there was nothing really up where Fisk was.
And it caused a lot of
Yeah.
frustration because there was no ingress egress off of Viera Boulevard. There was obviously Pineda. You
Pineda.
could not
Right.
either. So there was a lot of frustration, I think, with the Wickham Road. The roundabout would get a little backed up at certain times during the day. But man, like you said, within a matter of a couple of years, we 2 new ingresses and egresses that really redistributed that traffic.
It has evened it out.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so
I know
nice.
I moved here in 2011,
Right.
and Pineda wasn't even all the way to 95 yet.
Yeah.
We lived just a little bit further south of there in an apartment originally, and I was driving to Cocoa to teach, or even to Space Coast up
Yes.
in Titusville or Port St. John to teach. And
I forget that overpass is fairly new.
Yeah, and I would have to go Wickham and get on at Wickham, and then
Yeah.
fight all that Wickham traffic at the Wickham exit to get on the interstate. And when that Pineda interchange opened, while we were still living down that way, it was amazing.
So
It was like,
wonderful.
yes. Thank
So
you.
that's another thing with development. That's another
So,
thing that we
yeah.
do is build the roads. So all the roads in Viera we built.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people don't realize that they think it's the county, but we actually
Oh.
built everything in Viera, including all the arterial
Well-
and collector roadways,
That's why it
Mm.
gets done on time.
or ahead of schedule. But as those roadways open up, like the Lake Andrew, like you were
Right.
talking about, it
Mm-hmm.
really opened up not having to get onto to Stadium Parkway.
Right.
Nice.
It creates new traffic patterns, but it redistributes that traffic, and it just every time
Spreads it out.
Every time a new network opens up, it spreads it out a little bit
Right.
more and a little bit more. Same thing's going to happen when Pineda opens up. When it opens up all the way to Wickham heading west, that's going to redistribute that traffic
Yeah.
that's now going up to Wickham. They're going to go down to Pineda. So yeah, it's
Well, I think what it's
all
also
very
gonna,
smart.
right, and I think what it's also going to help too is, the communities that are south of Viera, Melbourne and Palm
Sure.
Bay. It's going to kind of help. Palm Bay's got a nice community of their own as far as residential and commercial, shopping and stuff. But you kind of have that area between like 192 and Viera that there's not a whole lot of commercial shopping and things like that. So that'll make it easier for them to come, to this direct
to the new Costco.
to the new Costco and to the new development coming. So that's
Absolutely.
nice too. So it's not going to service just the Viera area, but
Right.
some of the other communities down south a little bit further.
Besides now south, we're just going to dive in real quick because we're kind of getting short on time.
All right.
Everybody passing by 95 right before, if they're heading south on 95, okay, before they get to Wickham, they see this big monstrosity of construction going on just north of Lexus and the new Acura dealership.
Yes.
Can you divulge what's going on there?
Yeah. So the Lincoln Land Rover Jaguar is
Oh.
moving from Merritt Island to Viera, and they are currently under construction. And they'll it's such a great opportunity. First of all, the visibility from I-95
I mean,
is
it already looks
that's
nice.
a priceless.
Yeah.
That's priceless marketing right there. But also being in that area with other car dealerships. I mean, if
Right.
you're in Viera or even driving along the interstate and you're looking for a new car,
Yeah.
that's where you're going to go.
Absolutely. And those new Acuras are real nice. I mean, Lexus, well, let's be honest, both of them are really good brands.
Yes.
But now
Take
we have
any of them.
But now we have a Jag
Yes.
and a Lincoln
Land Rover.
Yeah, I mean, those are exciting.
I need a Land Rover to fit my Great Dane, but
There
that's
you go.
probably the only one that I can look at. But yeah, no, we're very excited to have them here.
Excellent. And because not for nothing, it's kind of out of the way, those dealerships, to get there, it's like a little road behind Walmart, and you have to kind of go down.
They are
and-
now, but that we actually extended that road.
Yeah.
So that the dealership could build back there. But there's more property back there to be developed.
I saw that, yeah.
So there will be other destination things.
Okay.
We'll just say back there. So that's going to really create kind of more of a loop. That if you're at the avenue, or if you're in those out parcels by the avenue, walk-ons was one of the first ones that started looping around
because there is that amount of green space there.
But there's going to be more back there. So I think that as that grows, there'll be more opportunities to find yourself back there.
I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to it. And finally, last but not least, this is all I have. I'm not sure if you came up with anything else, Michelle. But let's talk about your annual holiday parade.
Light Up Viera.
Light Up Viera.
Yeah, right around the corner.
That's coming up in, 10 days?
Yeah, next weekend. Not this weekend, but the following weekend.
The Saturday after Thanksgiving.
I think that anyone who has ever been has really, really enjoyed themselves. Yeah. And Viera has kind of created a standard for nighttime Christmas parades or holiday parades. And, again, this year will be no different. There'll be fireworks. Yep. There'll be the lit floats, and there'll be entertainers and dancers, and it's just going to be so much fun, as it always is. It really kicks off the holiday season in a very special way.
It is very special, and it's so great to see everybody. I mean, people are like 12 deep from the road, and they all take their golf carts because Viera loves their golf carts. And we're not even touching on that today. No, can you imagine that? Talking about Viera, not mentioning the GCs. But the holiday parade, but people are just right there on the road. The blankets, the kids are in their holiday pajamas or whatever, and the parents, they're all got their eggnog and everything else, and it's just a really classy family time.
Absolutely.
And of course the floats are always really cool and pretty nice, and I take a little bit of credit for some of that.
Okay.
But yeah, I love participating. I love just being there as either a reveler who's just enjoying it all, or actually in some capacity a part of the parade. It's for me already become like a pastime. And I'm not even a resident of Viera, but it's just something I look forward to.
It is a pastime. It is. Obviously, we do attract people from outside of Viera to come attend and look at all the lights and look at the fireworks.
Last year's fireworks were amazing. That was a surprise. I mean, and I was like right there where we're staging the floats.
Yeah. Right.
It's like right there at Space Coast Daily Field there, and I mean, just those concussions, just boom, boom. I mean, you could feel it. I mean, it was visceral. It was so much fun. Get down there, and so that's a big date. November 29? No, 20. What is that Saturday? 20.
No, that's the 5th.
26th.
25th or 26th. You're going to make me look.
26.
26.
So
November.
The Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. The 26th, the day after Black Friday.
The day after.
And then December 9 is the Costco grand opening.
Mm-hmm.
And any other kind of benchmark dates that we have.
Well,
just to reiterate.
Well, so this coming Saturday, we are the Central Viera Community Association is having a Grinchmas movie in the park.
Movie in the park.
And we're having the Grinch will visit. We're also having activities. There's going to be a Grinch maze. We are collecting canned foods for Central Brevard Sharing Center. As you know, the food pantries around are so depleted. And
especially around the holidays.
Oh, it's such a bad situation right now. So the admission is 2 pantry items per family member, but we're going to have all these sack races and all sorts of neat stuff prior to the movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And where is that going to be held?
North Salerno Park in Viera, and the movie starts at, I want to say, 5:45, right after it gets dark.
North Salerno.
Yes, that's off of Tavistock.
Yep. Yeah, I got some friends in that community. Awesome. Well, folks, that was a lot to digest. I really hope that you stuck around the whole time. And
we didn't even hardly pierce the veil of what's going on. So we definitely have to do this again.
We'll do a part 2 maybe in the beginning of 22.
There you go.
And man, this was fantastic. Thanks so much for coming by as well and being my co-host, Michelle, once again. John, sorry you missed it, buddy. We'll see you next episode. But for everybody else, thanks so much for tuning in. This has been another episode of Space Coast Real Estate Show. And I'm Jesse. We appreciate you. Take care.
Bye.